Here's your Storm Tracker weather forecast with Chief Forecaster Bob McGuire.
Well, it's only Monday, but I tell you what, we started off interesting. We had a little bit of snow across the state. This is the way it looked over in Glendive this morning at sunrise. Sandy Derrick got that picture for you. Not too bad, huh? Well, take a look at this shot. This comes to us from Lynn Richardson. This is a good feeling. Got to crop in before the snow, which is more than I can say for the leaves in my backyard. I didn't get them up yet either. Anyway, that's what that looked like. A cool looking shot. Thanks for sending that in, Lynn. Here's the way things are shaping up in Billings right now. Streets still a little icy, still a little snow covered, and still very, very slick out there. Currently in Billings, it's very, very cold too, 13 degrees. And as you can see, that shouldn't have gone like, let's go back one more. See if we can make this happen again. Just thinking shot right through 13 degrees. Winds are out of the west at 6 miles per hour. And as you can see, it feels like 4 degrees above zero out there now. As you'll see here, our reported high today, 24. The normal high, 55. The record, 79 back in 1985. The record low was 3 above back in 1971. And as far as precipitation, well, we had 0.07 of an inch of snow out of that today. We wound up with a couple inches of snow in some places, maybe 1 in other places. But that's what we had, just enough to make it very, very icy out there. Now, here's what we have for the month. 8200s need to be at 110. So we're getting closer to that. For the year, we're at 1798, almost at 18 inches. We only need to be about 12.5, so we're doing well in the department as far as precipitation. But around the rest of the state, the temperatures are getting cold. Look at the single digits and teens across the west. Back here in the east, the same story, mostly teens. Very chilly out here tonight. 16 at Glendive, 14 at Miles City, 7 at Cody. Same thing at Dillon and Lewistown. Now, these are our wind chill factors. Right now, it feels like 5 above in Billings. Elsewhere, you can see it feels like a lot of below zero stuff. Now, by later tomorrow morning, it's going to feel like 10 below zero in Billings at 8:30. It'll feel like 20 below zero in Dillon with wind chill factors there. It'll feel like 13 below over in Sheridan. Yeah, it's going to be a little nippy out there. In the meantime, you can see our reported high temps today mostly into the 20s and maybe a few places like over in Glendive and in the far western part of the state, we had a few 30s out there today. And as we move on, you can see the story here. This jet stream continues to drop a little bit farther south. Most of the snow is pretty much over and done with, but we still have a couple of scattered snowflakes just to the north of Billings over there in Muscle County. That might move through later on tonight, so we have a slight chance for some additional showers. But in the meantime, looks like most of the big heavy snow continues to drop a little bit farther south. You can see this purpley stuff. That's your cold air just funneling down out of Canada. At the surface, you can see it here as well. Here's the cold front we had. That continues to slide out of our area, and another batch of cold air comes around the corner. Look for more cold air moving in through Washington and Oregon. The snow continues to pile up down across southern Wyoming, and then high pressure moves in Tuesday, clearing out the skies a little bit, bringing some sunshine in there, but unfortunately it's not warm air here. We're waiting for Wednesday when another warm core of high pressure moves through, and that'll help kind of warm things up a little bit for us by Wednesday and Thursday. In the meantime, we're not looking for much more in the way of precipitation. I think here in Billings we're not expecting any more snow at all, really. Maybe a slight chance, but we're not looking for much in the way of accumulation, just light stuff. Elsewhere, maybe Lewistown 1 to 2 inches. But tonight, our temperatures will cool back down to the sub-zero range out in the far west. Look at Butte, 7 below zero, 5 below at Bozeman, 3 below over at the Dillon, across the High Line into the teens above zero. Back here in south central Montana, 9 below zero at Red Lodge tonight. These are air temperatures, not wind chill. Back to teens here, double digits at least for overnight lows. Then for tomorrow, you get right back up into the 20s, 19 in Billings, 24 at Hardin, 24 over Miles City. Farther out in the west, temps there probably get back up into the 20s with mostly sunny skies again tomorrow. In the meantime, for Billings tonight, mostly cloudy, about a 50% chance for some very light, fine granule type snow. Nothing that'll really accumulate much. Our temperature will cool down to 6 degrees for the overnight low. Back up to 19 for the high on the Tuesday. The low that night down to 4. Wednesday, sunny skies and 29 degrees on Halloween. 20% chance for snow late in the day. The high temp will get back up to 39 degrees. Next few days after that, we get back into the 40s and some 50s as we go through the weekend and into next week. Let's go back to the desk.